Hey YouTube, are you prepared for the coronavirus?
Is it time to panic yet? Hey YouTube, it's Mario from the channel Budget Bugout. I apologize for the mustache. Don't worry, this is not my new look. This is just because of Mustache March. I'll link down below if you guys are curious about the Air Force tradition and who Robin Olds is and why we row this thing. But April 1st, trust me, this will be shaved off. But I just wanted to make a video real quick on my 5 recommendations that I've been telling my friends and family and the community, as well as people who are new preppers as well as old preppers. And I don't mean old preppers like age, but just people who've been doing this a while like I have. I've been prepping for 7 or 8 years, honestly my whole life, but this is my first pandemic, as it probably is yours. So the question right now is, the stores are out of stock. Now what do I do? I never read this chapter in any book of what I should do in the case of this kind of pandemic. So these are the recommendations I've been telling other people. So let's go ahead and start off with the first one, which is do not panic. There is light at the end of the tunnel, I promise. I have friends who are over stationed in Korea right now. As you guys know, that was one of the first places to be affected. Their stores are restocked. They have toilet paper, things like that. So don't worry, things will get restocked. So don't panic. Even in China, I think some stores are reopening. So like I said, light at the end of the tunnel. Don't panic. But what we should be doing right now is step number 2, which is preparing or prepping as best as you can, because at this point things are probably out of stock in your area, off of your stores. Your restaurants might be closing if they haven't already closed. So ordering things online might be your best option. And yes, it might say that it arrives in April or May, but don't worry, they will arrive. I don't anticipate the mail completely stopping or anything like that. Like I said, the other places have been restocked, the ones that have been hit hard by this pandemic. I'll leave links down below of what I'm talking about. I would get long-term food storage just in case at some point in the coming weeks you are stuck inside and you yourself are affected, or your area has basically been told to self-quarantine or self-isolate. So I'll leave those links down below. So first thing, don't panic. Second thing is to prepare, and it's not too late to prepare no matter where you are right now. The third thing to do is to limit contact or to mitigate the potential of you receiving this virus. So I'm not going to hit this too hard because I think there's a lot of resources that are out there telling you about, not shaking people's hands or getting too close to people, practicing social distancing, staying away from high traffic areas, not going to concerts, which are pretty much canceled anyways, but just being really smart about things and, what you're touching, pin pads for your debit card, the pumps at the gas stations, so if you can clean things down, like at the gym, before you use something that someone else just sweated all over and maybe they're sick but they're just asymptomatic, or maybe you're sick and you just aren't showing those symptoms as well. Just being smart about that kind of stuff, and just realize that washing your hands and keeping your hands off of your face is one of the best things that you can be doing right now. So the next thing is also don't spread fear. There's a lot of kids right now who are kind of worried, and they're asking their parents, "Mommy, am I going to die?" So please don't add to the panic. Don't panic buy as well, just clearing out store shelves. Be civilized. We're still in a civilization. The what has not hit the fan. Reference what I've said earlier about the light being at the end of the tunnel. So please just remain calm and keep those around you calm as well. The last thing I'll say is, and this is step number 5, is to unplug. So while you should be informed about what's going on around you, unplug as often as possible. Get your daily update, daily dose of coronavirus information. But then go out and take a hike, just relax or away from others. Enjoy some time in the sun. Walk your dog. Just unplug and realize that the media is cashing in, as it were, on this pandemic, this craze, as it were. It's not as deadly as they're making it out to be. It is more dangerous than the common flu. Just realize that they are monetizing their views and their clicks and all of these other kind of things. And also, especially for us Americans, make sure that we're listening to those directives about, self-isolating and things like that, because they're not trying to take your guns away necessarily, I don't think. They're just trying to slow down the spread of this virus and to mitigate as best as they can whenever they put restrictions or give you directives. So please, this is not your time to talk about your constitutional rights being infringed and things like that. Just comply, knowing that public safety is what these medical professionals have in mind, and your community leaders, that's what they're trying to do right now. All right, guys, that is everything that I had. Y'all stay safe out there, and remember, it pays to be prepared. I've been saying that phrase for years now, and if you don't know that it pays to be prepared by now, you will never know. Anyways, guys, God bless. Babe, are you panicking?